have you ever looked at a diamond and wondered what really sets its price? Not in the jewelry store, but at the very beginning, at the wholesale level. Well, today we're cracking the code. We're going to use the industry's own price reports to see exactly how that value gets calculated. All right, here's how we're going to do this. First, we have to figure out how to even read these crazy-looking charts. Then, we'll zoom in on the two big players, color and clarity. After that, we'll see why a diamond's shape really matters, explore some wild price jumps at certain weights, and finally, we'll put it all together. So, first things first, let's tackle the source material head-on. These price lists look super complicated, maybe even on purpose, but they actually run on a surprisingly simple logic, and we are about to unlock it. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? What makes one stone worth 10 times another? And the answer? It's not just about how big it is. It's hidden in all these little grades and categories laid out in these dense industry reports. The very documents that decide a diamond's worth long before you or I ever see it. And here we go. Yeah, at first glance, this is just a wall of numbers. It looks pretty overwhelming, right? But seriously, don't worry. By the time we're done here, you'll be able to look at this grid, pick out a number, and know exactly what it means. So the secret to reading this whole thing, it just comes down to two things. You've got the vertical axis here, which is the diamond's color grade, and the horizontal axis up top, which is its clarity. Every single price on this sheet is just found where those two things intersect. Okay, so let's break down these two pillars of price, color and clarity. We're going to see just how they work together to build this entire grid of value. The easiest way to think about it is like a report card. For color, a D grade is like a perfect A+. It means it's totally colorless. As you move down the alphabet, the diamond gets a little more of a warm yellowish tint. Then for clarity, IF stands for internally flawless. That's another perfect score. As you move across to grades like VVS or SI, the little internal flaws, or what they call inclusions, start to become more noticeable. So let's just look at the color axis for a second. As you move down this column, from D to E to F and so on, the diamond has more color. And as you'd probably guess, if everything else is the same, the price goes down with every single step. Now for the horizontal axis, clarity. It's the same idea. As you move from left to right, from those perfect flawless grades over towards stones with more inclusions, the clarity grade gets lower. And just like with color, the price drops as you move across the chart. And this is how it all clicks together. Let's say you want to find the price for a G-color VS1 clarity diamond. All you do is find the G row, follow it across to the VS1 column, and see where they meet. It's really just a simple coordinate system. So the number in that little box is 26.0. But, and this is the key, that's not $26. These reports list their prices in hundreds of dollars per carat, so you have to multiply by 100. That 26 actually means the base price is $2,600 per carat. See? You just read the code. Okay, now that we can actually read the grid, we can start to see some really cool patterns. So let's compare our two documents, one for round diamonds and one for what they call fancies, to uncover another huge factor in pricing. So in the diamond world, fancy is basically the official name for any shape that isn't that classic round brilliant cut. And according to the report we're looking at, the data is mostly based on the really popular ones, like princess, emerald, and pear cuts. Let's pick a really common combination, a 1-carat G-color VS2 clarity diamond. So we look at the price list for round diamonds, find where they intersect, and the value is 52. That means a wholesale price of $5,200 per carat. Now, let's go find that exact same grade in the fancies report, G-color VS2 clarity, and look at that. The value is 51, or $5,100 per carat. It's a small difference, but it's consistent, and it shows you the price premium that classic round diamonds always get in the market. So we've got color, clarity, and shape. But the most dramatic, most shocking price changes come from carat weight. And trust me, it does not scale in a straight line. This is where things get really, really interesting. Let's look for the price of the absolute best of the best fancy shaped diamond. That's D color, internally flawless, but in the 0.90 to 0.99 carat range. It's right there in the top left corner. And the chart gives us a value of 73. Okay, so that's a base price of $7,300 per carat for a diamond that is just shy of 1 full carat. Now, what do you think happens when we add just 1/100th of a carat more? The second it hits 1.00 carat, we jump to a completely new price chart, the one for diamonds between 1.00 and 1.24 carats. So let's look for that same top quality stone. And the value isn't just a little step up, it's 11.9. Whoa, that's a jump to $11,900 per carat. It's an absolutely incredible leap in value for an increase in size you literally cannot see. And it happens because crossing these psychological lines, like that 1 carat mark, pushes the diamond into a whole new, much more expensive category. So here's the takeaway. Diamond prices are not linear at all. They move in big steps, with huge jumps at what the industry calls magic sizes. You know, half a carat, 1 carat, 2 carats, and so on. It's less of a gentle slope and much more like a price cliff. Okay, so let's put all the pieces of this code back together. We've seen that underneath all this crazy complexity, these reports use a really clear, really systematic logic to figure out what a diamond is worth. So these are the 4 levers of value that are hidden in those tables. You've got color and clarity, which create the basic price grid. Then the diamond's shape tweaks that price a bit, with rounds always getting a premium. And finally, carat weight creates these huge, non-linear jumps in value as a stone crosses those magic size thresholds. So, there you have it. You now have the key to decode the fundamental value of pretty much any diamond. And the next time you see one, you won't just see its sparkle, you'll see the hidden grid behind it, the precise intersection of color, clarity, shape, and weight that puts it on the global map of value.